Alrighty. Walipini update for February 3rd, 2015. I still have to trim up this side, but I did get the chimney sticking out for the rocket mass heater. Lots of stuff I need to finish, like this cement work up here. I'm gonna wait till it dries out a little bit before I do all this outside work. Got some little solar lights installed so I don't break my neck when I come out here after dark. And you can see how bright it is out here when the sun's up. This is the beginnings of the rocket mass heater. Please pardon the junk thrown all over the place. I've got a few test plants in here. Nepenthes pitchers and a peace lily and aloe plant and a little peace lily over here and my son's bean. You can see right there that at ground level it's 55 in here now. It is about 30, maybe 32 outside. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but it is still raining in here when the sun hits it in the morning. Hanging a few lights in here, and I've got them strung along the ground to add a little bit of heat in here to keep it from freezing, which it has been successful so far. I've got thermometers hanging all over the place in here. So at future eyeball level, right now it's about 62, and up at the top we're looking at about 65. The fan is another deal. I ordered an attic fan because it was half the price of a greenhouse fan that was 36 inches. And got it here and realized that the motor is a single phase and it cannot be reversed. So I had to bring the motor down on some little brackets you see there and rotate the motor 180 degrees and get a longer belt. And I made it turn the correct direction to blow air out. So that works. I can't get it dry enough in here for the paint to dry fully. So this is where the drips have been coming down. Hopefully if I get a good hot day or two and can kick the fan on, we'll get it dried out a little bit enough in here for the paint to dry. But these louvers, or the shutters, whatever you want to call them, so much heat runs out of them. I've got a little piece of insulation crammed in there. I'm going to have to get some more permanent ones. Got one on the outside of the other end to try to retain some heat. But this thing, you may or may not be familiar with. I know a lot of people online love these things and some have no clue what they are. This is the inner assembly for the rocket mass heater, the burn tunnel and riser. I've got little lights in there right now in a feeble attempt to keep it from freezing and to dry it out. It has not yet frozen, but it's not yet dried out either. But the fire will go in here, burn sideways across the bottom, come up the riser at very high temperatures, high enough to melt steel, then come down a barrel outside that and through this pipe that I've got blocked to keep it from pulling my heat out because I've already got a draft. go down through this big earthen mass, which will be like a big soil couch made of cob, and out that, and up and out of the building. That down here on the left of the T is a clean out, as well as this is a clean out, and that over there is a clean out. So I am also forming a pathway in here. I'm going to make basically a cement trough for the water that comes in this drain, which I've got plugged right now, to flow through the building and along outside this. And there's another drain underneath this door, which you can't see for the walkboard because I kept tripping as I tried to go out the door. But that's pretty much it so far for the update. However, you can see that it is blinding in here. You always stand and blink for a good few minutes when you come out here because it's so bright. And I guess since I've done cow updates in the past, we'll do another little cow update at the end. We added a bull to the herd the other day. And of course they're all the way out in the field. Alrighty. Down there in the bottom, the one with the red tag is Chuck Roast. That one right there in the middle. He is freezer bait for next year. The two big heifers laying with him are Daisy May and Ellie May. That's our livestock guard dog Daisy. There's Elsie, the future milk cow with a halter on. And there's the new bull, Thomas, after who we got him from. Let me see if I can get them up here. Woo cows! Woo cows! Woo cows! Gotten their attention. Woo cows! Maybe I should walk toward the barn too. Let them know that I'm going to give them sweet feed. Woo cows! That's Ellie Mae. She's the dominant female. Where she goes, they all follow. When she stops, they all stop too. Daisy Mae, the white-faced heifer in the back. And there's Chuck Roast again, behind Ellie. He was fixed, and apparently his head stopped growing when he was fixed. But it doesn't matter, he'll still make good hamburgers. There's the new bull, Thomas. Yes, they're apparently not happy with each other yet. Woo cows! They've got it figured out, and Thomas don't quite have it figured out yet. Maybe. Comes Ellie Mae. Big old heifer. There's Elsie. Still pretty chunky for a dairy cow. And there's Chuck. Daisy Mae.
Hey, Elsie.
And Thomas is apparently not the most enthusiastic of animals. Even though he was dropped in with a bunch of healthy, happy heifers for the sole purpose of breeding. Cheer up, Chuck. Or Thomas. I think you've already put on some weight. Talk about a rogues gallery. This is how we throw some food into them here. I didn't account for the fact it might be frozen. It appears they've all figured it out.
You big heifer.